Dad, you never get enough credit for always finding a way to Tetris Mom's packing list into that little Kia and getting it across the province. So thank you. Darian and Evan, thank you for choosing our home to officiate your love and commitment. It's an honor to have you and your guests, and this will be a memory forever cherished. Alan and Evan, I appreciate all your heavy labor around the property over the last couple months getting it ready for today. And Shyla, for getting myself and the girls all pretty for today and truly earning your title of Maid of Honor. You've served your sister well, and I'm grateful she has you. We know that many hands were involved in this event over the last couple of days, and I thank everybody for everything that you've done to give us a hand to put this together. I'm also going to take a minute to flash my mom card. This evening will no doubt be a celebration. I mean, it's put on by Darian and Evan. So if you find yourself a little bit too celebrated, we do have some drunk tents. We have mattresses, we have pieces of grass. We'll find you a place to crash. If you're here tonight, these two love you. So please do not risk attaching anything but joy and happiness to the date that we'll remember forever. I didn't bring it next. Darian, it doesn't even need to be said. You're absolutely stunning, sweetie. You did an amazing job in creating your day, and it's all beautiful. I know everyone is going to have an amazing time. Dawn and Denise, it's apparent that you care for our daughter. Alan, I truly appreciate how welcoming you are towards her. We are grateful how supportive you've been to both of them. We look forward to sharing the joys their reunion will bring to both our families. And now, on to the gushy stuff. Darian is literally my very first true love. Her heart began beating before I knew anything about life. Never mind love. I held her tiny hand in mine before I even held a high school diploma. She not only made me a mother, she transformed me from a girl into a woman. Needless to say, Darian's childhood was not all smooth sailing. She navigated her early life with a teenage mom, a frightened and reckless mom, a single mom, a mom with a newfound faith, and by the time I finally had my act together, you were ready to tackle on the world yourself. Yet, despite it all of our lives are blessed to know a strong, talented, beautiful, loving soul. Those of you that have known Darian since a child have never doubted that statement would become true. As a child, Darian always managed to get herself and talents noticed, appearing in newspapers and local television, while simply hula hooping at a summer festival at 6 years old, acting in a TV commercial at 8, illustrating a children's book when she was around 16, singing in concerts and plays, and playing her bass at the church worship band. However, the most impactful was noticed by a boy at a summer camp when she was 12. So Evan tells the story of watching a tiny cutie with pigtail braids and braces on her teeth, strolling into camp and walking right into a large boy with an even bigger mouth. She offered him one opportunity to take back his unkind words, and when he refused, these are Evan's words, she scaled up one side of him in 1 second and had him flat on his back the next. The best part, and that's when I knew I was in love. So to be quite honest, Evan, since you've told me that, I've never again wondered if you two are soulmates. This meek but mighty is actually a very accurate summarization of what Darian is about. She can take first place at a hot wing eating competition at a tattoo convention without breaking a sweat, and cry when her fresh baked cookies fall flat. She has sewn, knitted, crocheted her favorite people a shawl, scarf, dishcloth, or apron, and tattooed a representation of them somewhere on her body. She enjoys everything whimsical and has both feet firmly grounded. She has a green thumb and a trigger finger. She can start the day shoveling concrete under the Costa Rica sun and comfort the heart and soul of a lonely child by dusk. She enjoys sipping tea from a pretty cup and kicking up mud on a dirt bike. She loves nature, savors the sunset, and is the first one with her hand up on chicken slaughter day. Darian has always been great at running with a joke. To this day, we quote memorable lines or phrases from Alice in Wonderland ballet we attended as a family. An over-enthusiastic spectator at a stampede parade when she was 14. And of course, many references from the sitcom Friends. But my favorite story was from our trip to Disney World when she was, I think, 12. While most families were hunting for the hidden, iconic mouse ears on the rides, our family found entertainment trying to locate each ride's camera. You know the overpriced picture they sell you at the end of each ride? We'd pose or make a silly face just as the log dropped over Splash Mountain or the boat dropped over Jurassic Falls just as the T-Rex attempted to make his lunch. Then we'd run over to the picture kiosk to laugh at each other's twisted faces. So I've brought one along to help paint the picture. Alan, if you could pass that around. So the ride that humbled our courage was the Tower of Terror. This ride was legitimately frightening. To describe the ride, it was staged in true Disney style. It was a high-rise haunted hotel. The passengers load into a rickety elevator, which rocks back and forth, shoots up, free falls down, between floors, lights flashing, on and off, and holographic evil beings lunging at you out of the darkness. We all held onto our seats for dear life between the flashing lights and everything terrifying in between, and no one could predict where Walt hid that camera. We ran over to the kiosk. We anticipated laughing at our legitimately terrified expressions, which turned out to be true for all but Darian. The image was littered with horrified strangers. I believe Alan had 2 hands and an ankle wrapped around my left arm. I swear my fingernails were embedded into the armrest I clenched onto, and Shiloh looked as if she was staring right into the eyes of Satan. And Darian, head slightly cocked to one side, was softly smiling, her hands folded gently in her lap. So astounded, we had to know how she discovered the location of the camera. But she confessed that she had no idea where the camera was. But determined to win the day's challenge, while nearly soiling her shorts, she held this carefree pose through the entire ride. One of my greatest regrets is not purchasing that overpriced photo. There were countless interesting tidbits about Darian, but you'll have to get the full story from her another time. But I'll give you a few prompts as conversation starters. She's a recovered vegetarian. She has stormed the stage of a live Barney concert. She broke out of every child care facility we ever tried to place her in. She owns a violin and a CZ-P10. Did I get that right? If you raided her home, you'd find tails of squirrels and ears of coyotes. It's true, right? No, I hide those. She started out drawing on my walls with a Sharpie and now draws on my children with a needle. She has followed her Girl Guide leader up the Eiffel Tower and through the Swiss Alps. She's eaten fried fish off a frisbee in a squatter's shack on the side of a hill in Dominican Republic. Gave up her Christmas to give one to a Haitian family. She learned to drive in a standard in downtown Calgary, and yet T-boned a parked car in the school parking lot. She's watched all 25 episodes of Lemony Snicket and the Tale of Unfortunate Events in the last month. She's rewatched Prisoner of Azkaban roughly 500 times, but only the first 40 minutes. She eats her strawberry stems and her apple cores and tuna straight out of the can. She flosses regularly, is an amateur chess master, works hard and plays harder, loves sushi, stickers, summers in Castlegar, her hair brushed, her grandpa's storytelling, new life, Professor Snape and David Bowie, her cousins, especially Dana, her friends, especially Jade, cheese in copious proportions, and charcuterie boards, burning pretty stuff, all 10 seasons of Friends and the first 3 seasons of Stranger Things, Borscht and Pere, many, many art forms, but mostly tattooing, French, mostly mimosas, hosting backyard parties, her dog Duchess, and her snake named Cat. And she greatly dislikes her name. Show of hands, how many thought the bride's name was Dawn? Come on, there's more than one. So there isn't a trait I don't love, find joy, or beam with pride when it comes to Darian. So handing her fully to another is not an easy task for me. Though as I've come to know Evan, I've learned how perfect their match is. Evan, I know you'll be there to stroke her hair when the cookies fall flat and cheer her on when it's necessary to employ a savage dose of badass. I love you because of how well you love all of her. She's a devoted and lifelong friend, a sister, a daughter, a granddaughter, and cousin. She will, without a doubt, be a remarkable wife. We love you both, and even more together.